Hello, WSD families. The Wisconsin School for the Deaf has made the decision to offer virtual instruction Mondays through Thursdays, 4 days a week. This will continue until the end of the first quarter, which is October 30th. On Fridays, students will either do independent work or online work, while staff will focus on planning, training, and preparation for the weeks ahead. This is very important as we want to make sure that we are ready to move into in-person instruction when area health officials support that move. This was not an easy decision to make. We want WSD back open. However, the safety of our students, staff, and families is our first priority. We know and understand that no choice would be 100% supported by families and staff. We know this decision will be disappointing for some of you, and a relief to others. Staff from WSD have been attending meetings on a weekly basis to talk about how to reopen our school this year. We've been attending Walworth County Health Department meetings and having discussions with other school superintendents. We have also been meeting with other staff from the Department of Public Instruction, including school nursing, school safety, the legal team, and human resources. We also sent out a survey to collect feedback from families and have followed up with phone calls. A survey was also sent out to staff to collect more data to review and discuss. We have listened to local health experts at both the state and national level and gathered that information as well. We want you to know of our reasoning in making this decision. First, local school districts need to look at their local county's numbers in making their decision about reopening. WSD, on the other hand, must look at numbers statewide and consider all counties. And there are some areas where the numbers are not good. We were concerned about the risk of bringing our students together from counties all over the state. Secondly, social distancing and staff absences will make it difficult for us to cover classes, find coverage in the dorm, and make sure that we have enough staff supervising students in the health rooms. Third, if a student shows any symptoms of COVID, we will have to assume that the student has COVID, which means that that student will be taken care of apart from other students until a family member picks them up. For local school districts, it's a bit easier as families live close by. At WSD, that's not always the case. For example, it could take a 4-hour drive one way for a family to pick up their child. And at times, our staff have had to transport students to their homes, and that is difficult for us to do at this time. Lastly, some of the activities outside of class, for example, sports, clubs, social activities, and so forth, will not be possible. At this point, decisions about reopening will be made for each quarter throughout the school year. This will give time for staff, students, and families to plan for the following weeks to come. If circumstances change, it is possible that we will be able to gather in person earlier. We will continue to stay informed through our local health department and monitor our school's progress throughout the first weeks of school. We know that virtual learning will be hard for some students and families. We're proud of how quickly we adjusted to this situation last spring. However, we want to assure you that we will do even better this time around. We will continue to work with your child's IEP in order to be able to implement a free, appropriate public education, FAPE, and to make sure that effective supports are in place. This means that we will provide the following: instruction and learning of new content, face-to-face time with students and staff, individualized learning support for students, supports in place to make sure students are participating and learning virtually, and we will foster student and family engagement, build relationships with the families, and ensure that tools and supports are in place and ready for students to learn virtually. We too want to return to face-to-face learning as soon as it is safely possible. We have a great school, and we are very eager to have you all back. We know that in-person instruction is the best way to teach our deaf and hard of hearing students, and that is what we will continue to work toward. Our school will be in touch with you soon if your child's IEP needs revisions. In the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns, please contact our principal, Brian Levens, at brian.levens@wsd.k12.wi.us. Thank you for your understanding and support during this challenging time.